Toys and Game Comic Book Collector and Festival. How is the comic book market during the week before Christmas? Welcome to the top 10 high CGC comic book sold on eBay, December 14th to 20th, 2025. Coming number 10, we have John Side X-Men issue 1, CGC's 9.6, produced by Marvel Comics, came out in 1975. The final auction price was $7,900 with 54 bids and $20 delivery. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have a 9.6 right here. And then we go across the highs. This one was sold with $28,555. So that's a decrease of $20,655. And the high one was $15,600 and the low was $7,878. Going to Go Collect $8,750 as a fair market value. And then this was just sold on eBay, $7,900. Let's go to this chart right here. Okay. So the one that was sold for $28,555 was back in June 2021 there. Coming number 9, Crab Hulk issue 1. This one came in 1962. Rated the CGC as 3.0 with a green label on there. The asking price was $9,000. But it's actually sold for $8,000. So let's take a look at this book right here. See what's all right, so let's click on this right here. Okay, so cover on Mary. So okay, I'm not quite sure you can see here. All right, so if this is a blue label, let's see how much this one sold high. So that one's a blue label. So it's high at $26,400 back in October 2021. And then we have that one sold for $25,800 back in August 2022. And then we have that one sold for $24,122.40 back in July 2022. Coming number 8, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, CGC 3.5, off-white pages. First ongoing issue of Spider-Man. This one came in 1963. Asking the sold price was $9,900. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 3.5 right here. And then this book sold high $19,200. So that's a decrease of $9,300. This is back in April of 2022. And then let's swing one over. We have one sold for $16,800 back in August of 2021. And then let's do one more. We have one sold for $16,800 back in October 2021. Coming number 7, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, grade CC 4.0, came in 1963, creamed off-white pages. The asking price was $11,600, but it's actually sold for $11,000. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have a 4.0 right here. And then this book sold size $18,600. So that's a decrease of $7,600. And then this was the one that was just sold on eBay. And the fair market value was $8,750. The high during 1 year $13,000 and the low is $7,500. And let's go over here. Okay, I'm trying to find the, that is $18,600. That was sold back in April of 2022. Couple number 6, Tales of Suspense issue 39. This one came in 1963. First appearance, Iron Man, Tony Stark. Rated CGC at 5.5. The asking price was $14,599, but it sold for $12,000. So let's go over to Heritage. Heritage, we have a 5.5 right here. And this one sold as high $22,800. So that's a decrease of $10,800. This was back in April 2022. And then let's check one on the right. We have one sold for $16,260. back in August of 2022. And then let's do one more right here. One sold for $15,000 back in October 2022. Comment number 5, Tablets of Suspense issue 39. This one came in 1963, graded CGC 6.5, and have a double quote on it too. The sold price was $15,569.99. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 6.5 right here, and then this book sold as high $33,600. So that's a decrease of $18,030. This is back in April 2022. And then let's do one right here. And we one sold for $32,400 back in April 2022. And then let's do one more. We one sold for $28,800 back in September 2021. Cover number 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle issue 1. This one came in 1984. First print, grade CZ 9.0. Asking price was a little bit less than $18,000, but it's actually sold for $17,000. And then you do have to pay $150 for shipping. So let's go over to Go Collect. Over Go Collect, we have a 9.0 right here. And then this book sold as high as $31,200. So that's a drop of $14,200. And then Go Collect fair market value $13,500. The high, which was the one that was sold on eBay, $17,000, and the low, $12,500. So let's go over here. And the one that was sold for $31,200 was back in June of 2021. Coming number 3, Amazing Fantasy 15, grade season 2.0, first appearance of Spider-Man, asking price of $22,000, but it's actually sold for $20,000. So let's go over to Go Collect. Okay, Go Collect, we have 2.0 right here, and then let's go right here. And the highs this one was sold for was $38,400, so that's a decrease of $18,400. And Go Collect fair market value $18,500. And then this was the one that was just sold on eBay. The high $22,099, low $14,640. So let's go over here. Let's see if we can find this. There it is, $38,400. Back in April 2022. Coming number 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle issue 1, grade season 9.6, white pages, first print, produced by Mirage Company. This one came in 1984. Asking price was $36,300, but it's actually sold for $30,000. And then let's go over to Go Collect. Okay, Go Collect right here. Actually, no, 9.6 right here. And then go here. This book sold as high as $78,000. So that's a decrease of $48,000. And according to Go Collect, $32,000 fair market value. And this was the one that was just on eBay. Low $28,800 and high $30,000. And so let me go. I couldn't find this earlier though. I couldn't find $78,000 though. I did find $72,000 on this graph though. Yeah, I just couldn't find. Yeah, I'd say $78,000 high, but the only thing I found was $72,000 right here. But anyway, this one sold for in September 2021. Coming number 1 for this week, Amazing Fantasy 15, CC 3.5, was appearance Spider-Man. Asking the sold price was $31,255. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, you have 3.5 right here. This book sold at $40,800, so that's a drop of $9,545. This is back in November 2021, and then we have one on the right, so for $40,800 also, back in May 2022, and then we have one more, $40,800, back in May 2022. It seems like the market's doing really well. People are still spending money on comic books during the week before Christmas. Enjoy the content. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.